Peace be unto you. Peace be unto you. Shalom. Shalom. Peace be unto you. And Ashe. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. This is gonna be a quick run. I want to talk about the 144,000. I had a kind of had a a download. After taking a nap. You know, today is what, Saturday the 29th. I think today's the 29th. I ain't too sure, but after looking at the gods and goddesses on on here, kind of like looking at them and you know looking at their lives and stuff like that, and I had an epiphany, so to speak. I had a download. After I got up and sat still and watered my lawn, and I want to talk about speak on the 144,000. 144,000. Now, I know I get in here and I get gritty. Sometimes I get raw. You know what I'm saying? And people will be, some people might be like, well, he shouldn't act like that. It should be love, 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 love. And I do. I love everyone, everything, insect, animal, every person, all that. But why the aggression? Why the personalities like Glass? Have you ever seen the movie Glass with Samuel L. Jackson? You know what I mean? But why like that? Why is he like one way one minute, one and this way the other minute? But that's what I'm gonna get to, the point. Sometimes, as far as the 144,000, it's gonna be, and it's not gonna be literal for 144,000. It's gonna be, it's not gonna be literal. It's gonna be more than 144,000. You know, but we're not gonna get into details of that. But the chosen, you know, chosen people, they're gonna be, everybody's gonna have an assignment. An assignment. That's why everybody is ascending and coming into their purpose. They're activating. You're gonna have healers. You're gonna have philosophers. You're gonna have people. Look at, for example, the movie 300. The movie 300. You had the Athenians. You had a lot of other, cities, and then you had the Spartans, who were, you know, the clan that kind of like were warriors. And I'm just using this as an example, you know, and they did the fighting, and the Athenians fought as far as naval is concerned, and then you're gonna have your men and your women who are not going to be in battle. They're going to be taking care of the sanctuary, you know. Because you're gonna have people who are crafts, like at 300, you had your craftsmen, your potters, you had your you've had your blacksmiths, stuff like that, and as a shaman myself, you know I heal, but I'm a jack of all trades. I do, you know jack of all trades, but and I do, but a master of none, but I do plenty of things. I create medicine. I heal with my hands. But I can also fight. I used to box. I trained UFC. I played football. I ran track. You know, baseball. I did it all. You know what I'm saying? So I can. I had military men in my family. My father, my grandfather, my uncles on both sides. Nephew, is still currently in the military, but he's not, overseas right this minute. But the military runs thick in my family, so I know about war. But then being an ex gangbanger, I used to be on the streets all the time, and if you know, you know. So there's going to be certain classes of people, and I know everybody wants, and you can't escape it. The talks of what could happen, prophecy. You can't escape that, and it can happen, at a drop of a hat. Waiting for, and we're probably patiently waiting. If I've been through the L.A. riots, and I've been through, fights. I've been through, squabbles. I've been through gunplay, stuff like that. I've been stabbed. I've been shot at. I've been knocked out. I know what it's. I know what it's like to be on the concrete jungle, you know. So I'm no stranger to that, you know. And I was this person in my past lives, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, as far as militant, you know, as far as a protector and a guardian, you know. So I know that that you know that's to come. You know, there a lot of men and women. You know, that they're gonna have their assignments. You're gonna have teachers. You're gonna have healers. You're gonna have women that nurture people, and you know it's like that in the military. You have women in the military who are nurses. You know, who are kind of secretarial, who take and do stuff like that. You know, and attend to certain things. You know. Everybody's gonna have a certain class. You gotta have farmers. You have people who will take care of the food. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do that. I'm agriculture. You know, I know how to farm. You know, I know how to plant. Seed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, jack of all trades, but but a master of none. I do it all. You know what I'm saying? So, but I use my Jedi mind. You know, Jedi mind. So I'm a Jedi Knight, and if you know Mace Windu, he was a if you do your research on that, he was he know how to yield dark side energy in the Force, and but he was a Jedi Master, and if you know anything about Star Wars, you know that the dark side were the Sith Lords, and the Jedi were Jedi Knights, were that council was of the light, so there was a light and a dark. So you pretty much yin and yang. That's metaphor for yin and yang. You know what I mean? Negative and positive, but they got their power from the same source. Because you can't have one without the other, and they all both had an agenda, and they both thought they were right. I mean, because there's no such thing as really good or evil. It's all in one's interpretation. It's one's point of view. You know what I'm saying? But we know what we know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So, if you're hurting anybody, if you're whoremongering, if you're a pedo, you know what I'm trying to say, a graper, if you are a thief, a robber, a manipulator, if you're any one of these things, that's wrong. It's evil. It's in a class of its own. So you avoid those things, but you got murderers, but you all should be smart enough to know that killing somebody and killing and murder is two different things. Sometimes you might have to kill somebody, to hurt somebody, excuse me, for self-defense. You know what I'm saying? You might have to unalive someone for self-defense or to protect one's home, your family. So, I was built for this. I'm built. I bench pressed 375. I squatted 800. I had a 42-inch vertical. I ran a 4.540. My favorite characters in Marvel superhero is the Incredible Hulk and Superman. You know, so growing up, still to this day. So that's what I embody. you know. So I know my purpose for future reference